Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. It is Coach Candy with Coffee Chats. Happy Friday, y'all. Grab that coffee, tea, water, mimosa, juice, whatever it is that gets you rocking and rolling. We are on Finish Strong Friday. Good morning, Paul. How are you? Welcome, everybody. Good morning, good morning. I'm going to start putting names in the big bowl again because we actually have some giveaways again today. There you are, Paul. I'm going to get you in there. Hey. So we'll give everybody a minute to get settled in, jumped on. Happy Friday. Oh, it's hard to believe. Happy Friday and end of the month, right? It is going to be good morning, Deborah. Good morning, Martha. Let me find you ladies here. Deborah in the bowl. Martha in the bowl. Good morning, Sarah. Everybody got a couple. We actually have 3 giveaways today. We're going to close out the week of 100 really strong, and so I'm going to give 3 things away today, do 3 drawings. Fantastic Friday. I love that. Phenomenal Friday. Fantastic Friday. Finish strong Friday. We have had a lot of fun Friday, right? We have had a lot of fun this week, and so we're going to wrap up our week of 100. We're going to continue to celebrate a little bit more. Today, I also want to get into, let's see who's all jumping on here. It's a big day. I find out about my job promotion. Oh, we're going to send you lots of love and light and prayers and good positive energy, Paul. Let us know. We are cheering you on. I'm feeling the good vibes. So hopefully you get some fantastic news today. We are rooting for you for sure. So that's exciting. We are today going to get into some discussion around how to purge. We are at the end of the month. We are closing out the summer for all sake and purposes. We're going into a long weekend. If you didn't see my notice yesterday, there will be no coffee chat on Monday. It's a holiday. I want you guys to use it as a holiday. Good morning, Shirley. And I want a holiday too. So I will be back on Tuesday. So we are going to talk about what's one of the things you can do for a long weekend, closing out a season, closing out a month, getting ready and primed, although we're not going into the last quarter yet. September is a big month. It's a big month for planning. It's a big month for opening up access to things. And so I want to talk about the fact that it's time to purge. And I know I've done some things around purging before and clearing out the clutter. And if you're trying to create a more expansive mindset, if you're trying to create more expansive accessibility in your life, whether that be abundance, whether that be opportunities, whether that be new relationships, whatever that is, there is purposeful space to clear out actual clutter. Materialistic things, clutter, heavy, real tangible things can often affect how we think, how expansive we're being, what we're allowing ourselves to open up access for. So what a perfect time. And I do this, I do a purging at least once a month. I'm always purging through things. I'm one of those people that just likes to move things around, get rid of stuff. I don't like a lot of clutter. That being said, every quarter I do a big purge. Like I pull out the whole closet. And if you've never watched Marie Kondo on Netflix, she's amazing. She does the whole tidying up. And in fact, that's one of the giveaways I have today is her book. It's phenomenal. And she has a whole process of how you go through and purge that I really can get on board with. And one of the things is that you actually touch every physical thing that you're considering keeping or purging and need to ask yourself whether or not it's something that you absolutely need. So is it something that, you need it to get through the day? It's part of your routine, whatever. Or is it something that sparks joy? And so I want you to think about as you're opening up access, good morning, Herbie, as you're lifting your own level of leadership, as you're raising yourself up into the next whatever that is for you. And think about it, we're only 4 months out from 2020. Do you guys remember back? I know when I was in corporate, I can think about being with some of my companies and we would be talking about the 2020 plan, right? And it seemed like it was like a million miles away on the horizon. And it's tomorrow for all sake and purposes. It's 4 months away and we're going into 2020. I mean, that's just crazy to me. So I start thinking about what I want to. This is the time of year when we're coming out of the summer, we're coming out of some of the downtime. Um, and really looking at two things. One, how am I going to close out the year really strong? I believe in keeping the pedal to the metal through the remainder of the year. How do you close it out strong? How do you give it your last, push? And how do you start to prepare and set yourself up for a new year? And too many people wait until December or January to start planning out their next season when they're a quarter behind when they do that. So purging is one of those ways that when we release ourselves from stuff we no longer need, and that's physical stuff, that's non-tangible stuff, and I'm going to give you 20 things that you can consider purging. And so one of the things I'm going to invite you to join me this weekend. Stop it. I know, right? 2020, that's just crazy to me. Good morning, Robin. Let me see. I know you're in here. There you are, Robin. Let me get you in the bowl as well, because like I mentioned, I actually have 3 giveaways today. So be in the bowl 3 times. And so I really want to talk about ways that you can proactively start to clear out the clutter, both the tangible clutter and the intangible clutter. And so really important, we accumulate so much stuff. And that stuff weighs us down. A lot of times we have a lot of emotion tied to our things, and it's only when we acknowledge this is no longer something I need for the next chapter of my life. And so think about, even when we talk about your thoughts, when we talk about your narratives, it's the opportunity to release those, right? And so we talk about this narrative changes today. How are you changing that? Just because the story got you here to this moment doesn't mean it needs to be the story that's carrying you forward to open up access for more. So if that's the case, the same thing is true for your material possessions, for your tangible things, the stuff that you have. Paper has, when I'm done with something, I get rid of it. I don't like a lot of excess clutter. Right now, you look at my house, you would say, okay, but I'm actually going through purging. I'm cleaning. I've got piles of things, because this weekend is me going through papers. We don't realize the weight of some of those things that no longer serve us. And what happens is we keep piling it on top of each other. Like you might have tax returns that are 10 years old. You don't need to have that weight, that physical weight weighing you down. And so good morning, Angie. It is a space to be able to, one, lighten your load, clear the clutter. I'm going to use a lot of little alliterations there, and release yourself from that baggage, from that stuff. And I think about, there was an episode of How I Met Your Mother, another show I used to like until it got really weird. But they were talking about how people carry their baggage around. And it's amazing to me how, remember those old steamliner trunks that they used to have back in the old days when they would get up on the big ships and they would be moving from England to the United States, right? And they would carry their whole life with them. I think about how we metaphorically do the same thing. We are carrying our baggage. We are carrying all this stuff with us everywhere and not allowing ourselves to release or lighten our load. And I'm going to give you a real example. When I was moving down, let's see, good morning, love everybody being on. Herbie, people, or should I say folks that aren't good fit in your circle? Yes, that is absolutely one of those things you get to purge, and I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. But when I was moving down here, when I was going through my transition, and next week, for all of you that really want to dig into the space around transition, good morning, Terry. Let me get you in the little raffle bowl as well. We got 3, and I'm about to do 1 here just in a moment. 3 giveaways today. Yay, because we're closing out the week of 100. So instead of doing 2 today, I'm going to do 3, because I just like giving stuff away. It's just kind of my style. So when I was moving down here, and getting ready to move, first of all, I knew I was hiring movers to move me, and they were going to charge me by the pound. If you've never had professional movers, I'm not talking 2 men in a truck. I'm talking like Atlas, like the big ass, full on. They come in, they pack you up, they load it. They charge you by pound. And so I was looking at my file cabinets, and I'm like, that's a lot of paper. And if you didn't realize that paper that starts to accumulate weighs a lot. So I decided to sit down and start going through all these papers, because I'm like, you know what? I don't need to carry this old life with me into the new life. And so it was interesting, because at the time I knew I was moving to Austin, and we're going to get into transition next week, and I'm going to share more of the story next week as well. 300 things, yeah. And so I was going through all these papers, which actually was part of what helped me know what my next was. Because I knew I was moving to Austin, but I didn't know exactly what I was going to be doing. I was prepared to actually take a sabbatical and allow myself a little breathing room because I was beyond burnt out. And like I said, I'm going to talk about that specific story more next week. So join, because we're going to really get into the power of transitions and transition from corporate into, you know, doing your own thing or going back or whatever that looks like. We're going to get into a space. Good morning, Mateo. Let me find your name here so I can throw you in the bowl as well. And so that being said, I was going through and I released a lot of paper. Holy crap. And there's just all kinds of energy with that, right? What was interesting because I was talking to a friend of mine and I was talking to her about how I was purging, how I was lightening the load, how I was clearing the clutter before I was getting ready to make this big cross-country move. And I had just bought, because I hate winter, and I know I'm trying to get that out of my vocabulary, as I've talked about before, but I just like winter so much. It really, truly is one of the reasons why I moved from Milwaukee to Austin. I am not a cold weather person. I'm cold when it's 90 degrees outside. I am not good when it's cold. That being said, winter is really long when you live in Wisconsin. It's like 6 months of the year and it's miserable. I also can't stand being cooped up. I need to be outside. I have to be able to breathe in nature. And so I had just purchased a brand new pair of snowshoes because I'm like, all right, if I'm going to be stuck in winter, I'm going to at least do something that gives me some joy, gives me some way I can maneuver around. And it was interesting because my friend Faith was like, I said something. I said, do you want to buy my snowshoes? I literally had just bought them that winter. She's like, you just bought your snowshoes. Why are you selling them? I said, because I'm moving to Austin, Texas. She's like, well, don't you want to keep them? What if you decide you want to come back and visit, want to go snowshoeing? I'm like, first of all, I would have you call a therapist to see why I'm so crazy to come back in winter. Being very honest, I make my mom come down here for Christmas. But I'm like, okay, I'd have my head examined first. Second of all, if I really got a wild hair up my backside that I needed to go snowshoeing, I'm pretty sure I could borrow them, rent them, or do something else. And if I'm coming up here in the winter, I'm guessing I probably want to stay inside and hang out with friends, and snowshoeing's not really going to be an option. And she was like, I know, but you just bought them. And I said, I know, and I'm changing what my life looks like so they no longer serve. I'd rather somebody else get used to them. Plus, I want to buy a paddleboard at some point, because if you haven't been to Austin, paddleboarding is a huge thing. And a paddleboard's like 6 times the size of a pair of snowshoes. That if I have the snowshoes in my closet and there's only limited space, how am I going to then fit a paddleboard when I've got something that I'm not using taking up that room, right? And so I think about when we hold on to things that don't serve us anymore, we're not allowing ourselves to bring in the new. It's like keeping the outfit from 1982 that, God, I hope does not come back. Because what served you in your 20s, what served you in your teens, you're not that person anymore. I remember one of my most cathartic purges when I moved was getting rid of all of my suits. I don't wear suits. I don't wear suits ever. Even when I'm on big stages, when I go back to corporate, that is not who I am. That is not what lights me up. And I remember Brene Brown saying that, look, they don't want me showing up in my clogs and they don't want me showing up. I don't wear suits. I don't have a suit in my closet anymore. I think I have one. And it's only because it's a pretty damn hot looking suit and I can take the pieces and use it for something else. But one of the most cathartic things I did was get rid of those suits and donate them to Dress for Success, which is a women's organization to help women who are transitioning back through, way life has knocked them down, to help them reestablish themselves to get jobs. And it was one of the most cathartic, healing things I've ever done. When we let go of the stuff, we open up access for the next chapter of our life. We open up access for whatever's coming, right? So Herbie, love that service, professional movers, especially the packing portion. Amen to that. Oh, good Lord, do I love movers. For the book nerves, Repacking Your Bags by Leader and Shapiro. I love that. I'll have to check that one out. So speaking of which, let's do the first drawing because I want somebody to get this amazing book. As I mentioned, Marie Kondo, she has a Netflix series called Tidy Up with Marie. It's actually really, really good. I wasn't sure when someone had recommended it to me. I love her strategies. And again, she's about touching everything. So taking the time to one, it's almost like what I talk about, bless and release, that you actually feel everything. So like if you go through your books, you feel every book and you say, wow, you have such gratitude for it. And then you say, does this spark joy? I have books. I love books. I read a book a week. And I also realized books can weigh. I just cleared out a whole bunch of books. I'm clearing out books. Because there's books that I read that I'm not going to read again. There's books that were given to me that I look at and I'm like, I'm beyond that now. That's not something that's going to speak to me. That's not where I'm at in my life. And I don't want that here when there's other things that when I touch them, I'm like, God, I love that book. Like I get so excited and I just get to a point where I'm almost salivating over it. So I want to share these strategies with you. Terry, I was with Candy in Milwaukee last winter. She was dressed like the kid in the Christmas story to walk from her car to the building. No way she's going to spend enough time outside the snowshoe. That is very true. And for those of you that used to work with me, you know, I actually wore 2 winter coats. I wore 2 of those big puffy like down comforter coats. One of them was small, so it like completely cocooned me against my body. And then I had a large one that I would wear over top of that. I'm not even joking. One was really fitted and it came to about mid-thigh. The other one was really long and came to like mid-calf. Huge. And then I had scarf. All you could see was my eyes and about this much of my ankles. I look like, even though I can't stand the movie, I look like the kid in the Christmas story who like seriously couldn't put his arms down. I would wear boots. I'm not kidding. My boss in Northwestern Mutual used to make fun of me so bad. She's like, you look like a little 5-year-old. I'm like, I don't care. I'm warm. I would go out to eat with people and I'd have to have a chair for my coats and my stuff because I hate being cold. I would wear tights under pants. I lived in long johns. I was the queen of wearing like Carhartts over Carhartts. Seriously, I am not a cold weather person, which is why when it's 90-some degrees outside and people are like, I can't believe your house is open up. I'm like, oh, it feels comfortable. I go visit my mom in the summer and I'm like, ooh, it's cold in here because there's a breeze that'll come through her house. Seriously, not cold weather. But yes, Terry, I definitely look like the kid in the Christmas story. Yes, major transition, purging 90% of the things. So what I want to do is I want to give somebody a copy of this book, and it is about that space of does it spark joy for you? Think about how much wasted space we give to things that aren't meaningful. Even when we shop, it's the same thing when you shop. Instead of just shopping mindlessly, pick something up and ask, does this spark joy for me? Does this fulfill me? Does this really light me up in something I need? If it doesn't, walk away from it because you're just creating more stuff that's starting to weigh you down. The other thing is, of course, I'm going to give you another, give somebody a t-shirt, Camp Candy, Island of Misfit Toys, Destroy the Noise, because, you know, hey, what a perfect thing to wear when you're purging your house. Just saying, you can think about how all of us are doing the same. So I am going to invite you all to purge, and we're going to talk about what those 20 things are to purge. But before we do that, I am going to give somebody a copy of that book and the t-shirt. And so let me make sure I got everybody on here. Oops. Lisa Dad just joined. Tina Lowry just joined. Okay, let me get these names in the bucket because I want to make sure everybody has an opportunity. Good morning, Lisa. So good to see you. It's been forever. Let me see. All right, I'm just going to have to write these because I don't know where people. Oh, there's Tina Lowry. All right, so let me get her in the bowl. Robin, I've got you in the bowl. Let's see. Lisa Dad. Oh, I'm so excited to see you, my friend. All right, she's in the bowl. Robin, minimalism is more appealing as I age. Freeing, yes, the more we lighten our load, the more we clear out the clutter, the more we do things that is just, you know, freeing. We are so held by our stuff. And we don't realize, and I mean, even my sister and I are looking at buying a duplex, and I'm like, holy crap, I might have to pare down. I'm like, now I'm getting excited. I'm like, I might have to pare down. I have some stuff I don't need. We're looking to create some leveraged income and investments, and we're going to talk about some of those things in the upcoming weeks. Lighten your load. Stop being so attached to the stuff around you and start creating more meaningful relationships with people and the things that actually mean something, that have some sentiment for you. Sarah, that is the same reason I left upstate New York and I've been in Dallas for the last 20 years. No long-term cold for me. Yeah, I'm such a baby in the cold. Hello, hello, woohoo! I love that. You're in Frisco. Yes, we've got people that are all connected. Again, just as a reminder, if you guys are not connecting with each other outside of these Facebook lives, you are missing opportunities to create those meaningful relationships. Y'all are showing up with each other every morning and have an opportunity to like learn about each other. There is so much shared collaboration and opportunity in everybody that's been jumping on these calls. So I encourage you, connect with each other outside of this space as well. Sarah, stuff requires energy to maintain. Yes, it all has energy. It has emotion. It has stuff that we're attaching to stuff. There are better ways to use my energy. Absolutely. I can't work in a cluttered area. Absolutely. So challenge for all of you this weekend is going to be to purge, to clutter, to clear the clutter, to release yourself from some of the stuff. And I'm going to give you some examples quickly of what you can release. But right now, first drawing of the 3 we're going to do here this morning. And the first person who is going to get a Camp Candy t-shirt, woohoo, I know you're just dying to have one, and the Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo, so that you have some tools to actually get yourself in a position to, is Deborah. Woo, Deborah Stowers, you are our winner. I do not need you to send me your address because I already have it. So I will be sending you a little gift package in the mail. I will be getting those out to everybody either today or tomorrow for all of the winners so far this week. And like I said, I've got 2 more things I'm going to be giving away. So congratulations, Deborah. Yay, I'm super excited for you. That's awesome. I love that we've had different people because the same names are going in the bowl. So you could win twice. That's awesome. Lisa, new moon this morning is all about organizing and clearing out. Yay, Virgo moon. Yes, exactly. I love that. I love that you referenced that, Lisa, because yes, this is actually a really powerful moon to clear out the clutter, to release the stuff that doesn't serve you, to allow yourself to purge out all that stuff. Yes, I love that. I love watching all of you connect. I agree, Robin. I love watching you guys lift each other up and cheer each other on and like each other's posts. I'm watching. I see who's connecting to who, and it just makes my heart so happy to see you guys connecting at that level. So love connecting with those on here. I love that. We have such a powerful tribe. Tina, yes, congrats. Awesome, Deborah. I'm so excited for you. Kudos, Deborah. Congrats, Deborah. I have been purging slowly since I got divorced several years ago. Awesome. So you will love this book. Again, I highly recommend you guys check out the series on Netflix too. It's really good. And she's just so cute. You want to put her in your pocket and carry her around all the time. She's just awesome. All right. So here is, before I get into our random trivia for today, and another drawing. Here are 20 things. If you're like, I don't even know where to start. First of all, don't make it. Again, don't try to eat the elephant. Take one room at a time, or take one drawer, one closet. So for some of you, I have people that come over and visit me and they'll look at my quote junk drawer and they look and they're like, that doesn't look like a drunk. It's Friday, y'all. It doesn't look like a junk drawer. And I'm like, and there's a reason for it. My drawers are really organized. I like to know where stuff is. I want to be able to have efficiency. I'm a high D. I like to be able to go in, get out, get what I need and put it back, right? So my junk drawer looks like one of the most organized things you would ever see, and it's really light what's in there. There's like a handful of rubber bands. There's a handful of twist ties. There's not like a mountain of them, because by the way, you don't need 600 twist ties that you're saving from every bag you've ever opened. Quote my mom. I remember going to my mom's house. She had 150 glasses. She lives alone. I visit her twice a year. My sister comes every 5 years. Why do you need 150 glasses? Her coffee cups were ridiculous. She's like, well, you never know. I'm like, no, we're purging this out, and you're going to put these things in a garage sale. And it's amazing. You walk in her kitchen now and it feels so much lighter. You open a cabinet and you can actually find what you're looking for, because she has what she needs plus a little extra, and she doesn't need to save for the apocalypse. And I know that there's a space where we need to have some compassion and kindness, because there's people that really do have a hard time letting go of the stuff. And so being able to be in that space to ease them through that process. And so for my mom, it's been a very much an easing of the process, right? Mateo, namaste, and good morning, y'all. The move and that purge before it are so critical to releasing that energy we feel we should be obligated to, but our emotional anchors of the past. Yes, beautifully stated. Thank you, Mateo. Absolutely love that, right? And so when we think about how you can, you don't need to run your dishwasher as much. Exactly. I had 5 sets of china thinking my son, when he got married, might want them. Now I'm down to 1. Exactly. I think about, and by the way, if you're saving your crystal, if you're saving the good china for a special occasion, guess what? It's Friday. It's a special occasion. You're here, you're breathing, you're kicking, you're like living life. Celebrate everything. Don't wait to use the fancy china or the crystal that was handed down to you. My sister comes over for Sunday dinners and we drink out of my crystal all the time. It's my mom's crystal. What's the point of having something if you're not enjoying it? If you're so afraid that something's going to break, then you're too attached to it. I want you to realize that if you are so concerned about something getting chipped or broken, you are far too attached to the thing versus what it represents. And if you are keeping hold of this stuff for that special occasion, you are missing every little moment that is a special occasion in your life. And you are waiting, you are postponing, you are delaying that sense of happiness, that sense of joy, that sense of fulfillment. Because if you're doing it for something like that in your life, I guarantee it's carrying over in other aspects of your life. So I want you, 2 things this weekend, I want you to start to release, and I'm going to give you a list of 20 of things of where you can start. Release. And I want you to start using the stuff in your house that's the fancy stuff. If you got fancy towels, if you got fancy glasses, if you got fancy whatever, start using them. Start living your life and allowing the things that mean something to you to bring you some joy. Stop delaying your happiness. Stop delaying your joy. And God forbid, a glass breaks. The world will not end. It served a purpose. Release it. It's okay. Stop being so attached to the stuff that you're not living your life as a result. And it's just such a hot button for me, right? My parents' holiday silverware is now everyday silverware. Absolutely. I've got my glasses displayed. I love using the crystal. I love the way the liquid sounds when it goes in crystal. Crystal makes a different sound, right? Eat dessert first. Absolutely. Stop waiting. You get one life right now. This is your life. What are you waiting for? Stop waiting till you retire. Stop waiting for this. Stop waiting till the kids get married. Stop waiting. Stop waiting. Stop waiting. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. And if you're waiting to use the fancy china till the Queen of England comes to visit you, all you're doing is collecting dust, and it's just something that's anchoring you down, right? Ours have been in boxes for 20 years. Probably time to get it out. Yeah. You know what? I actually had a party once. I'm like, you know what? I'm sick of watching all this crystal sit there. I'm going to bring everybody over. I do it when I have brunch. I pull out my mom's crystal when I have a brunch for a candle party at my house. I don't care. If a glass gets broken, it gets broken. It's a piece of glass. It's not breaking me. I want you to understand that ability to untether and unattach yourself. So here are 20 things you can consider purging. Makeup and toiletries. How many of you have half-used bottles of some product, whether it be makeup, shampoo, soap, whatever, that you are never going to use? You have it sitting there going, well, if I run out, but you've already changed brands, you've already changed products, and it's been sitting in your cabinet or it's been sitting on the side of your tub for 2 years. You are not going to use it. Get a huge garbage bag and just dump that stuff. You will realize how freeing that is to get rid of all those half-used bottles of crap you're never going to use. So toiletries, makeup, clothing, stuff that doesn't fit you. Stop waiting to fit into things. Live your life now. Stop waiting to get back into that pair of jeans and saving a pair of jeans that are probably out of style anyway. Get rid of them. Reward yourself if you decide to create a different health routine, whatever, and then go purchase a new pair that feel really good. Because who wants to get back in old clothes when you can reward yourself with something new and bring something that's more modern and current? Get rid of the old clothes. Clothes that have holes in it. Clothes that do not spark joy. Clothes that do not look good on you. Clothes that never fit you, are out of style. Clothes that are way too young for you. Get rid of that shit. I'm dead serious. Get rid of it. Pack it up. You can donate it to Goodwill. You can gift it to other people. You can put it in a garage sale. You can do whatever you want with it. You can throw some of it out. If it's got holes in it, throw it out. You don't need to be sending that to Goodwill. Don't be sending your ratty ass stuff that needs to be pitched. Don't be giving that to people that are in need. Give the quality things. Have that be meaningful. Tina, I can make use of broken glass for China and craft project. Absolutely. Some of you are really creative that way. My tape. I got rid of all my makeup, smartass. That's funny. Did you And will you enjoy it? Absolutely. And let's see. Oh, Jasmine, good morning. What's the point of having all these things if you're not using them? Let me add you into the bowl here. Welcome, welcome. If you're not using them and enjoying them, if you love it, use it. There are no guarantee anyone will love it as much as you when it's gone. Love the things you own. Absolutely. Or get rid of it. It doesn't matter. You don't need something that's weighing you down. Good morning, the other Robin as well. My new rule is if I haven't used it in a year, it goes. Absolutely. If you haven't used it, if you haven't worn it, get rid of it. Just get rid of it. I love when I can look at my closet and actually see what's in there. Whenever I do a purging, I'm like, holy crap, I forgot I had this. That's the problem when we have too much stuff. We forget what we have. I used to, when I wasn't purging, I would go in my closet and go, oh, I just bought that same shirt I already had in my closet. Because I didn't even know I had it, and because it's something I enjoyed and liked. Because my closet was so packed with clothes, because I was a little bit of a clothes hoarder. Plus it was like one of my taking the edge off strategies or bad habits was shopping, shoes, whatever. And I would end up buying the same thing. I'd have like 6 shirts that look pretty much the same. And then I start going, wow, talk about a waste of money. No wonder why I don't have things that I want. And it's about being more present in your purchases, being more present in your purging. The Caring Place in Georgetown. Yes, there's lots of places. Salvation Army, the Caring Place, Dress for Success, Goodwill, whatever speaks to you. There's places that you can donate. There's places where people need what you don't use, things that don't, work for you. That's what I do. It works great. I love that. Expired foods and spices. Get rid of that stuff. If it's stuff your family's not going to eat, if it's sitting in your freezer for 3 years and has freezer burn, purge that stuff. Stop keeping it there because you're like, well, guess what? You're never going to eat it anyway. So get rid of it. It's just weighing you down and it's collecting all kinds of crap you don't need, right? Books. I told you I get rid of books. There's a foster home here that I do a lot of work with. And I oftentimes bring over bags, especially my personal growth and development books for these kids, these teenagers who, have had all kinds of things happen in their life. I bring them over to help replenish their library. So you can donate books, right? Donate them to the library, donate them to Half Price Books, donate them to a foster home or a space, an underprivileged school that doesn't have funding for those things. It's amazing how awesome that feels too to give that away, right? Pet toys and children's toys. Get rid of them. Peyton, I love my dog and I spoil him to death. He was getting a bark box a month and I finally stopped the subscription because 3 toys a month was too many. And I go through and look at every gently used, I wash them, but I take every gently used toy and I will then take a bag and I will donate it to one of the shelters, the dog shelters. I donate it to some of my friends who are dog sitters and they have their own play cares because I want to make sure that other dogs have that opportunity too, right? So purge the toys your kids have outgrown. Get your kids. I actually had one of my clients, they and their children for 2.5 months created kind of this purging project that their 13-year-old actually became the project manager, where they started to value. Now they do it regularly because they want to make sure that they're giving to those that are less fortunate. When they're done with toys, when they're done with whatever, it's time to move that forward. It's to lead, to pay, to serve that forward, right? Mateo, the most power you can have to feel great every single day is to have a look seasons. I met and was trained by a personal fashion consultant. Every time I put together a major look and name it. I'm about to head into Mateo's blue C period. Periods last 12 to 18 months. 2 suits, 2 pairs of pants, 1 set of workout clothes, 4 shirts. Love that. Yes, whatever works for you. By the way, the most high-performing individuals have the smallest closets. If you watch people that are, because one of the things they say is they don't want to be cluttered with making the decision of what to wear. So you often see them wearing the same kind of dress, the same kind of style. It's why you saw Steve Jobs always wearing the same thing. It's why you see, what's her name, Barbara Cochran, always wearing the same kind of dress. It's why you see, because they have a style and they have a handful of outfits for that season, just like what Mateo's saying, because it releases them from all of that time wasted. What am I going to wear? What do I need? They know what looks good and they show up. You see me wearing a lot of the same things. When I'm on stage, I have the same outfits. There are things that are comfortable. There are things I know record and film on, and there's things that are my power space that make me feel good. I keep purging things out that don't allow me to feel that in other ways, right? Then whatever I do, fill it in. If you set your look, everything you wear makes you feel more like you. Yes, own your own style. Stop trying to be everybody else, right? That's the other thing. Towels, linens, electronics, these are all things you can purge. Decorations, jewelry you're not using anymore, magazines, knickknacks, gift bags, receipts. Oh my God, those of you that are still holding on to receipts from 10 years ago, get rid of that stuff. IRS says you need to keep your stuff for 3 years. Great, anything beyond that, get rid of that stuff, shred it. Get it out of your house. It's weighing you down. Clear out your wallet. Some of you who, man, you make me crazy when I see people pull out their wallet and it's just full of all this paper and crap and receipts. Oh my God, purge that stuff. Streamline it. Get an app where you can take a picture of your receipt and like get rid of that paper. Be more paperless wherever you can be. One, you're saving the planet, and two, you are lightening your load tremendously. Paper weighs a lot. Even receipts, they add up. Have you ever felt somebody's wallet that's like packed with receipts? Holy crap. I'm like, man, you put that in your back pocket? That's crazy. It's why women's purses, I'm blown away how much crap people have in their purse. People go and they're like, wow, this is really light. I'm like, yes, I have bare essentials in there. I don't carry my whole kitchen sink with me and my whole closet, and I get some of you with kids, you need a little bit more in there. And I would guarantee that most of you have too much stuff in your purse or wallet that is unnecessary. Purge it, lighten your load. You wonder why you feel so heavy all day long. Expired medicine. Get rid of that and get rid of it properly. Oftentimes you can take it back to the pharmacist. Don't just dump it down into your sewage system or your septic system. Don't put it in the trash. Be responsible if you are getting rid of and purging expired medication, please. Same thing if you're diabetic or anything, the needles. I remember we used to sit with a coffee can. My brother's diabetic. We used to snap the needles. We used to pull the things and we used to take them apart, put them in a can, and then we would take them to the drugstore to dispose of them properly so that somebody is not taking the opportunity or risk to be using needles illegally and passing around more disease and more things. Be responsible in your purging. I mean this. That is something I'm really going to harp on. Let's see, Mateo. I just replaced the pieces and add one new shirt, new tie, new shoes, etc. Love it. Okay, I'm purging today in a closet. Yes, I love that. I love when people get fired up and take action. Terry, what do you wear when hanging out at home or go into a casual gathering with friends? Also, seasons are a constant. Lisa, my purse is a 2-pocket sticker on the back of my cell phone. Love it. That's my girl. I know you purge. I know you are light. You're like a nomad. You like to travel. And so, of course, feeling that lightness is so powerful, right? Let yourself be free in that space. Terry, scannable for receipt management. Absolutely. So many opportunities, right? So a couple more things to think about. Your travel samples. Those of you that are like, oh my God, you're like Ross on Friends, where you take every travel sample every time you go to a hotel, even when you know you're not going to use that shit. The only thing you need to do with those travel samples is donate them to shelters. One of the best things you can do is take all those travel samples that you've collected at every hotel, at every place you stay that you are never going to use, and because you think you're owed them, what you do is you put them together in packages and you give them to shelters. They could absolutely, or you see a homeless person sitting on the street and you give them a care package. Do you know how meaningful it is that if you could gift that stuff away instead of letting it sit in the closet collecting dust? Because most of you are not using those travel samples. Be honest. I know, I've been to many people's houses and there's just this pile of crap that's sitting there that they just keep collecting. Get rid of it, gift it, offer it to somebody that could really use it. And the last 3 I want you to think about are getting rid of people. So start thinking about the people that maybe you need to release from your life. This might not happen in one fell swoop. Your thoughts, get rid of the thoughts that don't serve you. This narrative changes today, right? And then I want you to think about your to-do list. Get rid of all your to-do list. Purge those damn things. Get rid of those and put the most meaningful. Pick your 3 priorities and focus on that. Stop having a running to-do list that is making you crazy, making you feel overwhelmed, because oftentimes our to-do list is so much stuff that can either be delegated, isn't important, or is taking us off task. And so purge your freaking to-do list. So let me see, what are you guys saying here? My Herbie, my travel samples are used in my guest bathroom. If you're using them, great. The ones you're not, get rid of. Paul, I moved 8 sheets of sheetrock to get to my file cabinet. Then I empty 2/3 of contents. Lots of shredding to do. Absolutely. And by the way, you can take that to Office Depot, Office Max. Yes, they charge you by pound, but it's so efficient because I'm going to tell you, I had a shredder and I had so much stuff to shred. First of all, I burnt out 2 shredders doing it. And then I started thinking about the amount of time I was wasting shredding all that paper, that now I haul 70 pounds of paper to Office Max. I pay $70. They shred it. Done. It is so much worth my time to go have them professionally shred it versus me sitting there 2 pages at a time. Again, stop wasting your time. Purging is so that you're opening up access to do more. Good morning, Carmen. And so Mateo, I have a casual shirts, few casual, don't wear full suit. I love suits, unlike candy. Ugh. But my pants, I like to have a little style and flair and a little whatever. So for me, suits, especially women's suits, most of them don't give me that space to be a little free. I do like some suits, but you know. But my pants, jeans work with my suit coats. Absolutely, I love that look. I have a golf set. I do have jackets. I love jackets. I have a golf set of clothes for golfing if I need hyper casual boat hike performance. Yes. And so you have clothes that serve a purpose, right? Start a collection in your area and to donate to a facility like Salvation Army. Absolutely. All right. So another drawing, and then I'm going to give you your useless trivia, your 20 for the day, so we can wrap up the week of 100. So this time what I'm giving is, since we were talking about purging and creating more access to focus on the things that are important, I am going to give away, again, somebody is going to get my entire Yes Ideal Calendar system, the online training program. It is really powerful. It breaks it down on how to build your calendar, how to purge out the things you don't need, how to prioritize, how to create your bookends. So somebody is going to get that for free. Also, I already posted on this page for Labor Day weekend, for those of you that would like to access it as well, you can get it for only 97 bucks. So $200 off what I usually charge for that program. Through Labor Day, you can get that as well. I'll post that for those of you. So the winner of the program of the Yes Ideal Calendar system is, dun, 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 drum roll. All right, so we have, let's see, this one feels right. Ha ha, my friend Lisa Dad. You get my Yes Calendar system. So that is for you. I will make sure I get you access to that today. And so before we wrap up and I do the very last drawing, let me rock out our last 20 useless trivias for our Power of 100 week. Hopefully some of you are still doing your power. Yay, I'm so excited. The Power of 100. Remember when we talked about the 100 minutes and how to invest 20 minutes a day, 20 times 5, right? 20 times 5 gives you 100. And so we talked about what you could be doing for 20 minutes every day, whether it's gratitude, whether it's purging, whether it's something, right? So all of these things we've talked about are things that could create the magic, that power of 100. Yes, kudos, Lisa. Yay, Lisa. Yay, super excited. All right, so here is the last of the 20 to round out our 100 useless random trivia for the week, because this just makes me happy. So, did you know that Michael Jackson's shiny glove was actually just a modified golf glove? There you go. Everybody thinks it's like this big deal. It was just a golf glove that somebody bedazzled. Kind of crazy, isn't it? When water freezes to ice cubes, it will take up 9% more volume. I like some of the little scientific geeky stuff. Eating grapefruit. Some of you don't know this, and they tell you this when you get medication. Be mindful if you're eating grapefruit and you're on certain medications. Eating grapefruit can restrict the effects of 43 different kinds of medications. It actually impedes or counteracts. You can, for whatever reason, whatever citric acid is in, trivia is not useless. Yes, I agree. 20 a day was a great reminder. Awesome. Yes, I agree. Trivia is not useless, but I do have the most useless trivia in my brain. And so when I did the research to get my top 100, I had a lot of fun with this. But I want you to think about that. Be mindful if you're a big grapefruit person and you're on medications, making sure that it's not interacting with that. Really important. There's people that have some really powerful side effects as a result of not knowing that little tidbit. This one cracks me up, and my friend, we were talking about this week and decided we have to go visit this. There is a town in Oklahoma Panhandle named Hooker, and its slogan is, "It's a location, not a vocation." Anybody Anybody else want to take a trip to Oklahoma Panhandle just to go see that sign? I have to say that cracks me up. That is ridiculous. I love that they had to put the logo on it. It's a location, not a vocation. That's funny. Yes, Lisa, it impacts the ability to metabolize drugs. Mateo, also, if you want to have some great, fabulous adult fun, great for family, friends, and coworkers, geeks who drink, that's hilarious. Oh my God, I just think that's hilarious. So I think we should take a road trip. Let's do a little mastermind group and go to Hooker, Oklahoma. Just think that's hilarious. Did you know that you can now get headstones with a QR code called Living Headstones that show pages with photos, video biography, and comments from loved ones? How cool and creepy is that at the same time, right? I dated a guy from there once. Oh my God, Deborah, that's hilarious. Ginger beer is brewed and fermented with ginger, while ginger ale is merely carbonated water flavored with ginger. Know the difference. We talked about that yesterday, or I think it was yesterday, or maybe the day before. We talked about the beaver bum goo that creates the vanilla flavoring. Oftentimes when you hear natural enhanced vanilla flavoring, could be beaver bum goo or beaver urine. So just know and be mindful what is actually what you're consuming, right? So funny. I love these things. Every second, the human eye moves about 50 times. That's crazy. Only 2% of the world's population has green eyes. Did you know that? Did you know tater tots, my sister's favorite food on the planet, which I think are gross, a registered trademark. And this, I want you guys to think about this for those of you not charging enough for your stuff. Tater tots, a registered trademark, originally failed because people thought the product was too cheap. Popularity rose after the price was increased. I want you to think about that. There is so much to the power of pricing and what it demonstrates in terms of the value. Tater tots failed when they were cheap. They actually started to rise when somebody raised the price. Crazy. In the US, around 3/4 of all houses possess at least one jar of peanut butter. It's crazy. When I lived in Italy, I remember introducing peanut butter to my Italian neighbor, who they have no idea what peanut butter is. They might now. I mean, I lived over there when I was a kid. And it was amazing. I felt like we were smuggling because they wanted, once they tried it, like every time we went to the grocery store, we would buy a jar for us and a jar for them. And it felt like we were smuggling peanut butter to our neighbors because it wasn't something that they could get in their Italian grocery stores or at the market. Headstones, they have AR1, augment reality. That's just crazy to me. Although I won't have a headstone, I've already told y'all, they have this way that you can be put into a firecracker. I'm going up, loud and out. That's all I can say. Can you post the trivia from this week? Yes, I think I still have it. Hopefully I still have the list and I didn't delete it. If I do, I will absolutely post that, Tina, for sure. Without saliva, humans are unable to taste their food. The reason we taste food is because of our saliva. I know y'all need to know that. I'm gonna read this one last because it truly cracks me up. The smallest thing ever photographed is the shadow of an atom. Pretty interesting. In every scene of Fight Club, there is a Starbucks coffee cup. Wow, random. Must be a huge sponsor of the movie. A cluster of bananas is called a hand. A single banana is called a finger. Did you know that? I did not know that. I always thought a handful of bananas is called a bunch, but it's actually a hand. I don't have any peanut butter either. I have almond butter, but I don't have peanut butter in my place either. So we're that 4th of the population who doesn't own a jar of peanut butter, Turby. Thank you. My favorite trivia, we have 50 to 80,000 thoughts per day, 80% of them negative, 95% of them repeated. I know that's crazy. And we believe the 10% of hate and the negativity versus the 90% of positive going on in the world. That's the other trivia you guys need to know. When double rainbows occur, the color of the second arc always are in reverse. So if you think about Roy G. Biv, which is the rainbow, right? Red, orange, yellow, indigo, whatever. The colors, when you see a double rainbow, the colors are in reverse. Kind of cool. The name for a collective group of rhinoceroses is called a crash. You can't, okay, this is one that my cousin sent me way back when I worked at Johnson Control. And I want you to realize I still to this day am going to like find a way to prove this wrong, but you can't lick your elbow. Makes me absolutely crazy that you can't lick your elbow. Somebody telling me I can't do something makes me want to do it even more. And you can't make your elbows touch behind your back. My cousin, when she sent that random trivia to me once in an email or a thread that she had, she goes, and $10 right now I'm putting on the table that my cousin Candy is in her office at work trying to lick her elbow and make her elbows touch. And I'm like, damn it if she's not. I spent like 4 hours trying to figure out how to lick my elbow. You can't unless you literally pull it out of the socket. Maybe if you're double joint, you can't lick your elbow and you can't make your elbows touch in the back. I still am going to figure out how to make that possible because I just don't like the fact that someone tells me I can't. Random trivia. When Coco the gorilla, I love, and you all know Mr. Rogers is my favorite hero. He is like the epitome. I want more Mr. Rogers in this world. When Coco the gorilla met Mr. Rogers, she took off her shoes as she had seen him do on TV. So she mimicked him. It was so cute. Now, this is the one we're going to end with on the trivia. Which is, ooh, what is the original rainbow, top or bottom? Can't wait to see. I know, right? Now I want to check that out. Don't you think she did it on purpose? Yes, absolutely. Long tongue. No, it doesn't matter. Even Gene Simmons, you cannot touch your elbow. It's crazy. Seriously, I don't like being told I can't do something. High school freshman dare girls touch your elbows behind your back. Yeah, I wonder why. Exactly, because you can't. It's not possible, and it makes you stick your chest out. Here's the one that cracks me up, and I think it's a perfect way to end the week of 100 before I do the last drawing. The loudness of a monkey is relative to the size of its testicles. Researchers found the smaller the testicles, the louder the monkey. And there is your random trivia, your 100 useless trivia that I hope just added a little fun to your week. So I know you all care about the loudness of a monkey, and now every time you hear a monkey make its sound, you're going to be thinking about the size of its testicles. So there you go. You're welcome. Happy to serve as always. So that being said, seriously, I cracked myself up. I hope you all crack yourselves up. And it's Friday. It's Fun Friday. Finish Strong Friday. Fantastic Friday. Whatever you want to say. This last drawing, one I'm going to do, I think I've got everybody in that's on here, is for another complimentary ticket for my upcoming event in October. It is October 18th, 19th. It is Transform Your Yes. It is 2 days, Friday and Saturday, here in Austin, Texas. Some of you need to come visit. And it is taking everything that we work on these calls, and it's allowing you to go deep. It is allowing you to stand in, knowing what your purpose is, understanding your what, why, and who, and destroying the noise so that you can get rid of the blocks and barriers getting in the way. And it is a highly interactive, highly integrated way that we do that. So you are heart to heart. Yes, thank you. The smaller the testicle, the louder the monkey. Isn't that funny? So the winner of the last complimentary ticket for the event in October is none other than, dun, 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 dun. Oh, he won yesterday. Wow, Paul, you were just, you are like already a winner for yesterday. So I am going to pull another name because you're already a winner and coming. So the Herbie, you won twice this week, my friend. You are the other winner of the complimentary ticket for the Transform Your Yes experience, October 18th and 19th. So there you go, y'all. That is our week of 100. Thank you. It has been amazing. 100 episodes. We are now on 104. We have another 100 to look forward to. Lots more content, lots more things to share. Discussion, conversation. I took note of some of the things you guys want to. Yes, shut the front door, Herbie. Wow, that's so awesome. And lots more we're going to dig into. I took to heart all the comments you guys made about things that you want to jump into, and we are going to get into some discussion around transition next week about things you need to know. How do you make those transitions? How do you take the plunge? How do you move from corporate to starting your own business, different things. And so bring your questions, be prepared. We're gonna do a lot around transition. Thank you, Lisa, I appreciate that. Yeah, Herbie, time to buy a lottery ticket. That's twice in 1 week. Yes, and congratulations to all of you on the 100. This is all because you show up every morning and you engage and you're here and you playful out and you're building this tribe and community. So just know that I have so much heartfelt thanks and gratitude for what you guys have helped me create. This was never the intention when I started these Facebook Lives, and now look at what we've created, and more people show up every day. The conversation gets bigger, And many of you are offering even more of your own insights and thoughts as well. And so we welcome that. This is our space to have an open forum to talk about really meaningful stuff. So I love you all, sending you huge, giant heart-to-heart hugs. Have a fantastic weekend. Get your purge on. Allow yourself to clear out. You're clearing out a season. Summer is basically over. We are moving into the fall and to the remainder of the year. Get yourself really light so that you can start to prepare and open up access for what 2020 is going to bring. With that, everybody, I love you so much. Have a great weekend. Have a fantastic Friday. Finish strong and have a lot of fun along the way. Mwah! I love you. I love you. I love you. And yes, happy Labor Day. Time to take some time to work on you. I love that. Thank you, Herbie. Mwah. Love you all. I'll talk to you soon. We will see each other on Tuesday. I will not be here Monday. Let's all take a holiday. Let's enjoy the fact that it is a holiday weekend. So we will be back here 7:30 Central Time Tuesday morning to kick things back into high gear. Bye, everyone.